What's up, everyone? Welcome to True Food Reviews. I'm Mark.
I'm Nick.
And today we're looking at
Cranberries.
a big old sack of CRAN. All right, here's some fun facts for those you may not know, courtesy of Nicholas.
All right, so a barrel of cranberries weighs 100 pounds. These are a couple of statistics. There are 450 cranberries in a pound. So you're looking at 45,000 cranberries per barrel.
The size must be fairly consistent.
Yeah. And 4,400 cranberries to make 1 gallon of juice. So it takes almost 10 pounds of cranberries to make a gallon of juice.
Whoa, okay. So if you're doing a juice cleanse, this is maybe going to get you like not even a shot glass full?
Yeah, it's going to get you very few amount of juice, which is not a proper grammatical sentence. One thing that's fun about cranberries is that they bounce. There's a small air pocket inside cranberries that makes them bounce. And it's for this reason, this air pocket they have, that they float in water as well. So they have a lot more movement potential than most fruits.
Okay.
So if you put all the cranberry bogs, and that's what they're called, bogs.
Oh, so as opposed to a field or a paddy, it's a bog.
All the cranberry bogs in North America together would be the size of Nantucket, which I did not know it was an island until today. I thought it was just a place in Massachusetts, but Nantucket's actually an island, so you could cover the whole island of Nantucket.
Interesting.
During World War II, American soldiers required 1 million pounds of cranberries a year in rations. It was included in their rations, so that's how much cranberries they ate. 1 million pounds a year.
Okay.
And also, 20% of the cranberries eaten in the United States are eaten during the week of Thanksgiving. So
because of cranberry sauce.
Yeah. So that is a big time for cranberry genocide. Cranberries do not like Thanksgiving.
Well, that's interesting. So it's not the first genocide that's happened at Thanksgiving.
Whoa. But yes.
That's interesting that cranberries are most often consumed in sauce form, which is essentially the same as jam, where you're sweetening it, thickening it, which means that these are probably not generally consumed by the handful. It was like those millions of pounds of cranberries were probably not just served up to the soldiers in like a jar.
They might have been dried and part of a trail mix.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, we got a pretty hefty pile here, so I'll just keep it here so we can both access it.
You can grab a big handful.
It is a lot smaller than a cherry.
Yeah.
And it's about the same size as a blueberry, but a little more oval shaped. So I don't know how this fares against other berries. I mean, berries are usually pretty sweet, so I think we're probably in for a bit of a treat here with the sweetness. Are you going to do a couple at the same time?
No, I'm just going to have this pot that I continue to pull from.
Okay, well, I've got 7, so I'll start with a 7, and we'll. You do it as well?
Yeah, I'll throw 7 in there.
All right. Well, it's a little early or late, depending how you look at it, but happy Thanksgiving. Ooh.
Okay. You need the water to get through 7 cranberries.
The first thing I noticed, which I'm surprised about, even after learning it, was the lack of juice.
Yeah, it's very dry for a berry.
I thought it would be a juice explosion, but this is actually very bitter.
Bitter,
not tart, not sour. Bitter. Ooh.
It's kind of a plain white flesh inside. There's nothing to it on the inside. It's just, you can kind of snap through the skin, and then you're in this, I think there's sourness, a sour, bitter, spongy, dry flesh.
You know what? You can actually hear the pop of the air pocket. And there's a few little tiny seeds inside it. You can't see that, but... Ooh.
Unpleasant. Very,
Dry is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
There is not... I thought the hardness was the juice pressing against the skin, like ready to burst, right? Like that grape, like a grape or a blueberry, like just ready to pop in your mouth. And instead, The pop is the air bubble, and then the rest is the just the explosion of bitterness. It's really unpleasant.
I've never been a big. It's funny. The flesh on the inside is red in some and white in others, which leads me to believe that we might not have the best batch of cranberries here.
Well, that's low marks for consistency, but I think it's safe to say that if this entire batch is this bitter, that the cranberry in general, I'm assuming, is not a very sweet fruit.
No.
Hence being turned into sauce around Thanksgiving.
I'm ready to give it a grade because.
Yep, you see this one is completely white inside. And I'm going to pick a random one. What do you know? It's also white, actually.
Yeah.
But I think...
There's a red one. No, it's white.
Nope, there's a red one. They're both pretty bad.
I think the red one's slightly better, but that's probably just psychologically thinking of it as less
Got
plain.
some stray berries down there.
Well, don't we all?
Well, I'm certainly ready to give this a grade.
Okay. What do you say?
I'm really disappointed with the lack of juice, because even something like a lemon is full of juice, which I find really refreshing, even though it's really aggressive. But bitterness is not the same as sourness. When you have a dessert that's a little bit tart, like say a lemon tart, the tartness comes from the lemon, not the fact that it is a tart. I'm not speaking in terms of the small pastry shell, like a butter tart is a tart. I'm talking about tartness is like, ooh, that's not too sweet. It's a little bit tart. This is pure bitter. This is middle of the celery, like the bad part of lettuce. Just the straight up that bitter plant flavor that just begs you to not eat it. It begs to not be eaten. It almost dares you to eat it.
Yeah, I would be like,
their,
this is poisonous. Like, I wouldn't, if someone told me, like, well, I ate this, like, that's poison, I'd be like, yeah,
they're
maybe.
red, they're shiny, and they just have this really appealing quality as far as the visual aspect. But at the end of the day, or at the end of the cranberry, I should say, it's really just a little ball of bitterness, and for that reason, I'm just giving it a D. I understand its potential. I understand that you can squeeze about 600,000 of these to get a nice jug of juice, but even still, that juice has to be sweetened or mixed with grapes, or mixed with pear or something, because as it stands, this is a whole lot of unpleasant wrapped up in a very shiny, very appealing little package. Do not be deceived.
Allow me to make an analogy. It's kind of like a Jaguar. The car, not the animal.
Okay.
Always made beautiful cars, never ran well. Like, those cars always broke down. This is a beautiful fruit, but it doesn't matter if it's beautiful because it doesn't work. The purpose of a fruit, the purpose of the cart is to get from A to B without breaking, no matter how nice it is. The purpose of a fruit is to be refreshing, hopefully at least some level of sweet, and an enjoyable experience, and this is not that. So I'm also going to give it a D.
I mean, you could make that same analogy with an actual jaguar. It's a beautiful, majestic cat, but you don't want to get too close because you're going to be disappointed. In that case, you might be severely injured because it's a wild animal with large claws and a powerful jaw, whereas this is a small fruit. But I think your car analogy probably works better.
All right. Well, that's been us at True Food Reviews. I'm Nick. This is Mark.
I'm Mark, and I'm going to sign off with, I got 17.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck.
Cheers, everyone.
I would not want to be you right now.
Ugh.